Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today in Top 300 Mythic, we're playing Sultai LIER Adventures. Gist of the deck is to play a lot of solid adventures that can always be gotten back with LIER later, including Virtue Persistence. If it's countered or goes to the graveyard, you can always cast it back with LIER later. The Horn-Locked Whale, of course, bounce the opponent's creature, flash in as a 6/6 whale later. Mosswood Knight, if you don't have the ability to activate both effects before it expires, if it's in the graveyard, you can get it back with LIER. And then also the new Divide by Zero-esque effect, Spell Scorn Coven, for take it back 3 mana at instant speed. You can return target spell to its owner's hand. Not the same as Divide by Zero, but it does allow you to pseudo counter things even when LIER is on the battlefield and spells cannot be countered. Then of course you can play it back as the creature side. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card, which is quite painful after bouncing a card back to their hand, and it of course is a 2/3 flying body, which isn't bad at all. So that's kind of the main package of the deck. We're also running the Blossoming Tortoise. Wizards has given us tortoises or turtles in the past that are very similar to this, kind of like 4 mana 3/4s that ramp you, and this is the same thing. A 4 mana 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards, return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Means a land has to be in those top 3 cards, but we're running 26 lands, so it's fairly likely. So a little bit of stabilization and help ramp you into your LIER turn. Activate abilities of lands. You control cast 1 less to activate. We are not running 4 creature lands in here. That's not super substantial, but a little bit of upside, and land creatures you control get +1/+1. Does combo well with Wrenn and Realmbreaker, which is pretty solid, especially with the creature lands, as you still get the effects off the creature lands when they attack. So if you use Wrenn to plus and power up a Restless Cottage, you still create the food token when you attack, and if you power up a Restless Vinestalk, then you still get to have another creature have base power and toughness 3/3, which isn't that relevant, but it's something. Yeah, a little bit of ramp off the Iron Crag and the Celestist, again, to get you to your LIER turn, mostly cut down because you do just want to survive mono red early, but 1 Fading Hope, because Fading Hope is so good with LIER and actually can still stabilize you early. Running even split between Underdog and Dread Knight. Dread Knight is great for just long grinding games against a lot of things, but man, when your opponent has Planeswalkers, you really want the Underdog out there to threaten taking that out. So that's the deck. Stay to the end where I answer your comments and enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. On the draw, we can keep this. Black. LIER ready to go. That's interesting. It's a mere Underdog. Okay. I think it's just the creature half here. Let her remove it if they want. Trading is fine too. We can cast it back next turn. Alright, sack a creature. We don't have to play it now. We can always get it back with LIER if we want to. We do, however, need to put pressure on Liliana somehow. Maybe it's the flyer. Okay, down to 14. Plus the Underdog. It's a pretty clean answer. Probably discard one of these guys. Duress. Non-creature, non-land. Good luck with that. Okay, I'm fine with the tortoise here. Got a land back. LIER can cast back the adventure side of the Dreadmaw thing. Virtue, okay. Opponent is maybe a little stuck on land, though. We don't have any 1-drops to go with us here. Okay, let's see if that last card can deal with LIER. I guess they just sack it in response. I guess you play this as the creature half to threaten Liliana, and if they sack it, it's really bad either way. No blocks, they're gonna minus Liliana, or plus and take the LIER. And they have a flying blocker. Alright, they just plus here. Man, they really survived off of 3 lands pretty well. There's the plus, goodbye LIER. Whew, block and they finally get to draw. Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good at all. Okay. Down to 5. It's a card. I guess you minus and try to get something useful. Plussing a creature is interesting. I think plussing might be even better, actually. Go face, they don't necessarily have the next land. I think I'll happily take this block. Let's see if they do have the next land to go with it. They do. Opponent does not stumble. Then they don't replay the underdog though. That's kind of weird. So we get to actually take out Liliana here. Wow. Okay. Well, kind of huge. Liliana has been an absolute terror on the play. But I guess they make the Merrick's token and then swing for lethal? Or they do this instead? Interesting. Now it would have been lethal, one short. Okay, here comes the underdog. We're almost about to ult Ren in 7, actually. Runbreaker. Let's just keep our lands. I'll cut you down. They do get to draw, they get to close to Virtue Persistence. It's interesting. I mean, we ult next turn. Okay, we have some blockers. They look through our graveyard. Is that because Ren's gonna resolve? Graveyard Trespasser? What are we looking for down there? Alright, they're gonna take something, but we do get the Ren ult off, it looks like. Take the turtle. Down to 4. Have to watch our life total. Okay. We play lands and cast permanent spells from the graveyard. Seems decent. That is fairly phenomenal here. Can even play back the Ren. We don't have enough mana to hold up in the spell score in Coven yet. Each opponent discards a card is not bad. They eat it. We can't cast the Covens from the graveyard, so I think you do just cast it as a creature half here. Each opponent discards a card. They get to flash in a Fairy Mastermind. Wow. They actually have something to play around that. Let's see if they top deck the land for the Virtue Persistence. They do. Oh my god, dude. Oh. Alright, so I guess we play LIER this turn. Maybe they attack with the Trespasser to take away LIER. Alright, they do tap out here. They do attack, they probably take LIER. LIER's gone down to 3. I think you just block here. We can play all creatures out this turn anyway. Have to be careful about getting all the way to 0. They do have a flying attacker as well. Not looking at lethal on the way back, I don't think. So we'll just take this block. All these things are pretty good. Ideally, you play creatures from the graveyard so they can't get it back from our side. So we can play the creature half here, and the Dread Knight creature as well. We probably need to hold back a flying blocker, or 2. I think I'm holding all the flying blockers black. Down to 7. Here's a creature. Here's another creature. Okay. You can get back your Trespasser here. which you do. Okay, Jace is gone. It's a land. Wow, I think we get there. Flip to night side. I think that's just game then. Right? Go block, block, take 7. Nothing they can do about it? Okay. Good game. Whew. Actually, it's just 6. Hold on, we need a little bit more juice. That's some juice. Okay. Then you attack all. They're not giving up. Fading Hope's pretty good. We can bin the Glutton too. Okay. Ah. Scoop. Wow. What a freaking game. We were just absolutely getting destroyed by Liliana on the play for 90, the first half of the game. What a comeback off the Renault. Pretty amazing. Hey, on the draw with the Dread Knight and a lot of pain lands. We're going to keep it. Mono Red's going to have a field day with us. It's black. Okay. That's nice. We can save some life here. It's valuable. It's the mirror. Okay. With no pressure. I think you just take the, you take the Dread Knight grind. Draw a card, lose a life. Okay, creature land. Create a 3/3 beast creature, then sack rich if you do search your library for a card. Okay. Seems like you just virtue this turn then. We can get down a tap land. This is okay. They at least don't get phase 2. I don't know what creature they're gonna go get, but I'm sure it's scary. Tainted Adversary. Well, we don't have any removal for you yet. We cannot send you back. Ramping into LIER isn't bad this turn either. This thing's gonna get some counters on it. Gets to say now a 4/5 lifelinker. Maybe we'll bounce it another turn. Alright, no blocks for me. Down to 17. Ramp is gone, but that can't be used to kill Go for the throat, so it's not the end of the world. We've got a lot of land here. I think you just whale. I don't think there's any reason to slam the LIER here. We're not under crazy pressure. You either whale or just block with the Dread Knight. Find Stalk requires 5, so we're not there yet. I think this is a nothing turn. I think we'd actually happily block with the Dread Knight versus using the whale. They scoop. No lands, and yeah, facing down the Dread Knight draw engine is not fun either. Okay, 242 Mythic. On the draw with no green, but we have fast lands and cut down, and we could Dread Knight into the green, so we have a little bit of time here. When it's on white, Skrelv. Okay, that's probably going to die immediately. Can see what else they want to do here. Ramping is okay, but we still bottlenecked on green. It's a vendor. Well, you have to deal with Skrelv first regardless, so we'll do it like this. Beautiful. Okay, I think you just hold Go for the throat here. Don't think we need to ramp into anything just yet. Vanguard's gonna give everything Ward 1. You just kill the Vanguard instead, though. I think I actually just don't want to give him the Scry, because Gliss is gonna be a huge pain in the butt this turn anyway. So let's just nab this thing now. So now they need Brutal Cathar. We need green though, so you're coming down. First strike, Death Touch. Let's see if they have Brutal Cathar. Totally possible. No, but they do have Ossify. Okay. There is a Besiege in the deck that could get that back at some point. Down to 18, opponent has 1 card in hand. Not feeling awful about our prospects here. I think you easily trade off the Dread Knight. 2 mana here, a hold up in green. happy to block with this thing. Another Vanguard. Let's see if they attack, though. Maybe they have another Ossify? Yeah, they do. Okay, they have all the Ossifys. It's pretty decent for them. Still, they are out of cards. Down to 15. Land's not what you need. Oh, we do not have double green, actually. Interesting. Did not realize that. Okay. We're still happy to trade off. We are bottlenecked on single green. Okay, man, they are coming. Happily trade here. Down to 11. It's a green source. Land's kind of interesting. It again trades quite nicely. Can block the adversary. You could minus, but if you whiff, you're really sad. So you could play the underdog, drop yourself to 8. Then you just leave yourself open to lethal. Attractive, but probably not worth it. Let's leave our hexproof blocker back. Skrelv, we're gonna have to deal with. Let's see if they attack at all this turn. Nope. That is beautiful. Lands are colorless, so Skrelv actually cannot get through that, which is interesting. So we can definitely pick off the adversary here, or the Vanguard. Continue to plus. And continue to get in with Vigilance. Okay, to 14 again. I don't think you run out the underdog here. Ren's actually close to just straight up ulting, which isn't super useful yet. Let's see if they miss the color. They might try to make it hexproof against black. Block Bow versus black. Nope, they understand how the game works, and that's very powerful as well. Extremely powerful. This thing I always I hate how this roll works. This thing gains equip 3 and loses all... This thing loses all the abilities. Still, I don't think we need to do that. Let's continue to power up the land. I think we're happy if they want to trade anything with it. They could actually trade. Nope, they leave us potentially with the Ren ult. I'm gonna leave the Iron Crack. They scoop. Yeah, nice. Okay, pretty awkward start. Glad we got there. We go. 230 Mythic, inching our way up. Mana's a bit weird. I'm gonna keep this though. We can't really hold cut down on a 1, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's start here. Let's see if it's mono red. It's not, it's Esper. We're gonna need that land really badly soon. Perhaps true Esper. There's the land, beautiful. Hold the spell scorn. Okay. Nice. Virtue, I think you leave him with the 2/2 here. That's fine. Can easily Fading Hope that, for example. Take the damage, no problem. I think we're going to try into another land. Unless they cast something we have to bounce here. Is that worth bouncing? It's very nice to bounce. We just don't have anything better to do next turn. So it's a little bit weird. But I'm okay doing this. We don't hit land, so we're back in the same position we were last turn. I'm happy to Fading Hope this thing and scry though. Upkeep scry could have been a bit better, but that's okay. Swing for 3 more. Yeah, upkeep scry would have been nice. I guess you'd have to put Gopher's Throat on the bottom in that case. I think we still would have done it. Let's see if they run into Make to Spear. Nope. Waiting announcement. Okay. I think it's fine to cut this thing down. We're not really doing a whole lot with these cut downs anyway. So Turtle or Coven. I like ramping. Just want to discard a card. I mean, they're going to be able to discard something anyway. Let's get Turtle Power going. Potentially power up a Restless Vinestalk creature land. Opponent's getting low on life too. We have plenty of removal. We do get a land. We'll take the creature land. And if the battlefield tapped regardless. Alright, that's a little bit cheaper too. Only 4 mana to activate. Plaza of Heroes. They tap out for a big legend. We have to go through. Okay, removal there. Rafine. You might have to die. Ward 1. But I guess we can just straight up cut you down. And of course we can go for the blowout as well. They just eat it, that's fair. Okay, pay the Ward 1. Still have 3 mana open for a Coven, looks good to me. Huh. Do we care at all? We're so close to just straight lethal, right? We do have lethal. Okay, so that's easy. You just go through with the creature and then power up the cottage for lethal. Don't need to be fancy with it. Oh, they'll have the wedding announcement too. I forgot about that. Still, I don't think it's a big deal to let that resolve. And we're going to kill this thing anyway. Force them to block and threaten lethal, so this is fine. Weird use if you go for the throw, but I think it's correct. I guess if we hit land, we can actually... No, we still have to deal with the blocker. It's a fast land. They have a 3/3. So again, this forces them to block, which I don't hate. So they have to block the underdog, which can of course come back next turn. Sure, we'll take your Rafine. In case you have Taknuma. Block there, drop to 3. We can power up the underdog and power up the creature lands. We're gonna have to block for a while. Cycle the tower, it's a good start for us. 3 mana open. Skrelv. Cannot block. Okay. Well, doesn't matter too much how we do it, but you get to draw if you do it this way. Certainly don't need the food. So I think it's just you, swing for 3. Opponent has 2 men open. Okay, they have the counter. We can run it back next turn. They still need a blocker. Swing for 3, nothing to protect. Down to 13. It'll get a little bigger. We still have some life to play with. You run out the underdog again here. Drop to 11. It's still okay. They could have the Emperor finally, which would be annoying. For sure that would be annoying. Other option is force them to discard a card here. I don't hate that. Get rid of the Emperor or someone else. It's an Naganja, which is maybe what they're holding for the underdog. No way to know. Let's see if they flash in the Emperor now. It's cut down. Okay, so they would have Naganja the underdog that turn. So underdog coincidentally would have been safe, but there's no way to know that. Again, they have to have another answer here. Rafine. Okay. Opponent's building up a decent force here. 3/6 is no longer just bashable. Perhaps a Tortoise to start. Hold the next Coven in hand. Certainly lots of land. Comes in tapped regardless. I mean, I guess we're going to spend double black on stuff. This is fine. Okay, opponent has evaded death here. We do get to gain a little bit of life off the food if they don't do anything for Spellscorn Coven. Really would have liked to close out the game, but it's going on. Attack with both. Attack for 8, potentially up to 10. So they think they have something else they can do. We do hold the other Coven, though. We just want them to tap out on their turn, ideally. Take 9. 1 card left in hand. Down to 4. We can bounce whatever it is. Okay. They untap as well. That's fairly unfortunate. Alright, I'll take my food, I suppose. LIER seems devastating if we can survive long enough. Means you have removal for Skrelv and for Rafine. Okay, let's see what that last spell is. I mean, it's got to be like this. We have how much? A blue and 2 black. This should be sufficient. Bismake to Spear. I will cry. Oh, they have the Plaza of Heroes too. This might not be as simple as we thought. We want to hold open blue to... See what? You Fading Hope the Skrelv here? Oh, there's no way to do it all. That's okay. Actually, no, you just Fading Hope the... I forgot Skrelv cannot block. Hold on. I think we made a mistake here. No, we can't do that. Just protect with Skrelv. My bad. Okay, we have to target Skrelv here, regardless. Virtue gains us a little bit of life, though, which is kind of interesting. Nope. Okay. I think there's only one way to do it. Oh, it's an artifact. Jesus Christ. Shit, there's no way to do it. We can take a little more life. Okay. So in theory, we get some life here. But they can Plaza of Heroes and make it hexproof. Oh man, I don't think there's any way to get there. Still, we're not dead yet because we can block with the turtle. I guess you have this do this on their turn. Okay. It's another Virtue of Loyalty. Okay. They still have enough mana to Plaza regardless. Hexproof Indestructible. I think you bounce this before they can draw into a counterspell. They can still Plaza of Heroes here. So there's the Plaza. They make the 3/3 unblockable and swing in the air for everything. Yeah, I think they just got us here. Maybe there's a way to win this one. Honestly, I'm freaking tired today. This morning, rather. So it looks like they have us here. Oh no, we should be able to block with one of the colors, though. Maybe it's not over yet? What a weird game. Okay, so they make the 3/3 big enough to eat one of these. So we're trading off everything. We still can attack back for lethal, though. Let's see what they draw. If they draw removal, they also just win. Alright, it's a 4/4. Obviously have to block. And have to block with both. And there's no way to save anything. So it doesn't matter how we do it. Okay. We're down to 4. Obviously we can still flash back the underdog. And it's a land. And they untap everything, though. So there's no way to get there. Man, the untap actually is huge. Okay, I think you just lose, right? Scroll can't block. What a pain in the ass. Yeah, I don't see any way to do it. Unless you draw into something amazing here. I don't think it's possible. This is actually... I guess they have to do this, yeah. Sure, block with a warded creature, it's okay. We would have to hit a sweeper right now, which we're not really playing. And it would have to be a massive sweeper. I don't even know if there's anything. Alright, that's game. I don't think there's anything we can do. Too bad. Maybe we missed lethal there. Maybe we should have bounced the loyalty earlier. I did not realize. I've never seen this actually played. I didn't realize it untapped those creatures. That ended up being huge for them. So, I think that's game. I'm tired, dude. And I gotta go to work. Oh, I feel like we could have won that one. Leave a comment. I'm sure I missed something obvious, but leave a comment if I could have won that one. Hello, and welcome to the post-game chit-chat, where we answer all your questions about life, magic, and everything. 2Farg1. I admire how calm you are. Nice to watch someone relaxed. Thanks. So this morning, I was so tired, so if I was relaxed, I was probably just really sleepy. But yeah, in general, I think people seem to appreciate this. Yeah, I generally try to keep it pretty chill. Why didn't you pay with Godric to add 1 damage? I'm missing something? Yes, I believe that it was flying because of the Archon and not via itself. Thus, it was not in a state where you could pay the 1 red to power it up even further. That is what happened there. The problem I see, and that ruins the fun of MTG, is pure control has a huge advantage over anything try to speed across the line. So I disagree with this statement. So number one, I would say that if you look at the statistics, the highest win rate decks are all aggro decks. There is no control deck just decimating people, sweeping, countering, ruining all your quote unquote fun. If winning is part of the thing that makes it fun, then you win a lot of aggro deck games. So I don't think that's true. And I think it is very important to have something counterbalance those decks. If everything was just mono red all the time, I particularly would not enjoy that. And in fact, I would also say that in terms of the least fun games for me, I think some of them are, I agree, some of them are just you do all the things and they sweep and the game's over. And it's like, all right, I lost that one. But some of them are also just mono red versus mono red, and you don't even interact with their opponent. You're like, okay, I attack all. Okay, they attack all back. Okay, I attack all. Okay, and then whoever went first wins. Those games I don't find very engaging either. So I understand if your board gets swept and you feel like your day was ruined. I can understand that, but I do think there has to be balance of the game, and I think it's okay as is, and certainly aggro decks are advantageous right now anyway. You may not like Kellen, but Kellen fetches ossification. Very true. I was so honed in on the Archon Aura stuff that I didn't find or think of space for Ossify. You're correct that Kellen could fetch it. I could see that being somewhat useful, although I still can't imagine a home where Kellen is good. All right, this comment keeps me up at night. I enjoy your videos, and after watching this, I was convinced this should be an excellent deck, so I spent 10 of my rare and mythic World wildcards to build. But I went 3 wins and 7 losses. Yeah, this stuff pains me because I certainly never set out to deceive you. And in this case, I still stand by what I said. The Mosswood Dread Knight, whatever the new black and green card is very good. Even if you had a bad day, even if you lost the next 100 games, I would still stand by that. It's just a good card. Having played it myself and having played against it, I am very confident in that. I'm sorry you had a bad day. As we know from statistics, 10 games total is not enough to conclude anything, so I'm sorry you had a bad day, but I don't think that it is indicative of the overall win rate of the deck. I do bet you can go about 55% or higher with this deck. I do think it is very solid. But this stuff does hurt. I feel it in my heart when someone says something like this and they're like, oh, I bought these wildcards because of you and this deck sucks. Like, that does pain me, but I still believe in what I said. And I think the card's good. And I think the deck's good. So please give it another go. Give it another 100 games, or at least another 20, 30, 40, and then let me know how it goes. If you're still struggling, I'd be interested, but I do think it's good, and I stand by what I said there. Any best 3 content? No, not right now. If there's overwhelming demand for it, then of course it would emerge, but I haven't heard overwhelming demand for it yet. This is an important question. Am I dumb? Or why are you cutting down on your turn because of Monstrous Rage? Shouldn't you want them to use it and then you use cut down so you get a 2-for-1? You are not dumb. But your opponent is not dumb either. Or at least I'm assuming my opponents are not dumb, because no mono red player worth their salt will play Monstrous Rage into open mana. If I'm playing mono red and I see the opponent has open mana, I am not going to play out Monstrous Rage because I don't want to get 2-for-1. So if your opponent sucks, yes, you should wait till their turn so that you can blow them out. But if you assume they don't suck, then you should not do this. That's just my thoughts, and I'm pretty confident in that. I'm using the word confident too many times today. I don't think I do that often. I think I'm just tired right now. German speaker, Johan. Yeah, it feels like a Johan to me. Iron Crag. All right, I lost. Oh, I was playing alone and not filming. And I wasn't even trying to play. I misclicked and I played the Jeskai, the Jeskai Adventures deck. And I played like the number 8 Mythic player, and I was pretty hype about it. And then I lost because I powered up the Iron Crag. I didn't understand the way it worked, even though I've read this comment before. Yeah, the Iron Crag itself is what loses abilities. It's not the creature you attach it to. The Iron Crag loses abilities, so it's no longer a mana rock, which is what screwed me. I had needed to hold open 2 mana open to flash in the whale, bounce their final attacker, and swing for lethal. And because I had flipped the Iron Crag lost its ability, so it was not able to ramp. Yeah, every time I read this card, I hate reading it, but you are correct, I think. So, yeah, that's it for today. Everyone have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.